Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in to my super chat. I know you have other things to spend your money on, but the fact that you would support my voice, I am just humbled, and thank you to my super chat. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. Ladies and gentlemen, $6 trillion. $6 trillion. Too bad, naysayers and critics. Too bad we're going to have an economic rebound. It's going to be a profound economic rebound. We had a record-breaking economy prior to this. We will have a record-breaking rebound. We had 3.3 million unemployment claims just in the past month. And that is horrendous. We have businesses on the verge of shutting down. We have states on lockdown, partially because, well, I would say primarily because of let's see, how do I phrase this? There's a political component to why Democratic governors are shutting down states. But $6 trillion, ladies and gentlemen, $4 trillion from the Fed and $2.2 trillion from the stimulus package. And so that is, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be phenomenal. You look at how fast everything, the downturn was quite fast. Within a month, all of this took place. Within 1 month, ladies and gentlemen, we went from jobs exceeding expectation in February. We went from record low unemployment to now double the unemployment claims within a month. So there were only about like 1.3 million or 1.2 million people on unemployment. And that doubled. Actually, yeah, like over doubled. 3.3 million. Within March. This all happened very quickly. Guess what? The rebound will happen very quickly. If, heaven forbid, you were laid off and you're watching this, call your employer back in like 2 weeks, a week. Actually, call every week. Just say, hey, you know what? If you need somebody, I'm available. If you need somebody, I'm available. Because the restaurant that lays off employees, the restaurant, the bar that lets an employee go because of the downturn, when things pick up, because we're all waiting to spend money. The people who are okay, like who have survived this, even the people who have been hit by this, we're waiting to spend money. So, like, Democrats are kind of funny. Like, well, look at the unemployment now. It's like, yeah, that was not President Trump's fault. You had Andrew Cuomo and Governor Newsom. They look at their State of the State addresses in February and January. They did not ask for ventilators. They did not ask for masks. They were focused on solar energy and climate change. Issues that have nothing to do with what's going on. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So don't pretend, if you're a governor, that you can just blame President Trump. Nobody believes it. President Trump's approval rating is going up. His approval rating is going up. Every poll shows that Trump, like the average American, agrees with what President Trump is doing. He's actually utilizing the federal government in a manner that Bernie Sanders would. The difference being that President Trump's economy is a far better economy than Bernie Sanders would have hoped for. If you ask Bernie, you ask Rose Twitter or Bernie Sanders, like this new Bernie Sanders campaign, what is the economic engine? Taxes? That's fine. If corporations don't pay taxes, yes, that's an issue. Who's saying that corporations shouldn't pay taxes? But even Andrew Cuomo and Bill de Blasio, when AOC was like, oh yeah, Amazon, we don't need Amazon in Queens. They're like, They were going to pay, the taxes were already built into the estimates, to the projections. My God, what did you do? And I did a segment on this. USA Today, there was a publication associated with USA Today. The Amazon headquarters would have been 25,000 jobs initially. The headquarters would have been big enough for 40,000 jobs. So you would have had 25,000 people in a sprawling headquarters that could have fit easily 40,000 people. From 25 to 40,000 people, you have all the food trucks, retailers, dry cleaners, whatever, restaurants, union jobs. That would have given 100,000 people, even if they didn't pay taxes. They're only focused on one thing that has nothing to do with economic growth. So you have a whole bunch of people mired in poverty, but at least the corporations are paying taxes. How does that even work? The Democrats say, well, you have to keep a social safety nets. Well, I agree. But don't you want to ensure that people don't utilize social safety nets? Don't you want to ensure that people work? So you don't kick out a headquarters that would lead to 100,000 jobs. So we had record low unemployment with Trump. We had jobs, we had household median income up, GDP up, 6 million jobs created in 3 years. Now we have 3 million job losses, 3.3 million job losses in 1 month. And 1 million filed for unemployment in California alone. 1 million filed for unemployment in California alone. Thank you, Eric H526. Thank you, Luke St. Martin. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 million people filed for unemployment in California alone. That's 1 million people who had enough, who at least had a regular source of income, could feed their families, could pay their rent, could pay their cell phone bill, could pay their car payment, could pay for gas, could pay for food, could perhaps pay for a nice dinner, and now that's all gone. And 3 million plus Democrats voted in Illinois, Florida, and Arizona at the height of all of this, which should tell you that when it's politics, when it's something they care about politically, everything else moves aside. All they care about, first and foremost, is the political. If something is politically expedient, they care about that. If something is politically expedient, they care about that. If it's not politically expedient, well, then they have no time for it. So you have $6 trillion. He signed a $2.2 trillion stimulus, $4 trillion coming from the Federal Reserve. And let's see. Let's read this right here. Trump signs $2 trillion bill, largest ever U.S. stimulus. And when you look at what the Federal Reserve will pump in also, it's $4 trillion in addition. So that is not bad. And that will help the economy rebound. New York Post, including $4 trillion in lending power from the Federal Reserve. Bloomberg, with Federal Reserve measures, it would be around $6 trillion. So people are going to need money. Roughly $6 trillion, National Review. So, and people say, well, it's adding to the debt. It's like, well, what are you going to do? What can you do? You have to ensure that people work. If people don't, It's see these Democratic governors tanking their own economies isn't going to help re-election or help Democrats gain the White House. So you had record low unemployment. You had GDP up, household median income up, 300,000 manufacturing jobs created as opposed to 300,000 lost. It's funny because you have the majority of the country's economic dilemmas located within California and New York. And you look at the State of the State addresses, and they did not address this. The governors of those states have essentially tanked their own economies. And it's interesting because that's 20% of the U.S. GDP. New York and California is 20% of U.S. GDP. 60 million people live total, 40 million in California and 20 million in New York. And it's like, they're almost gleefully tanking their own economies under the guise of, well, you know. How come Florida, that's interesting, how come Florida, at the height of all of this, what was it, March 12th, 1 million people voted for Biden. And that's not because of Biden. That's because of their contempt for Bernie Sanders. And that's all throughout, not just Florida, Arizona, Illinois. Bernie Sanders became a media creation. He had a campaign in 2016 that talked about issues and policies that conservatives were interested in also. Bringing home Americans. Ending conflict. Bringing home American soldiers. Ending quagmires. Breaking up too big to fail banks. Hasn't spoken about that. He was a clear difference between Clinton. Now, Clinton's obviously going to be nominee. This is a slow motion, like I'm being proved right in slow motion. J-Man! Looking for checks to not say Federal Reserve note. J-Man! We're going to get out of this, and once the economy gets back to where it was, it'll be very interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see if they say it's still President Obama's economy. It'll be very interesting to see. Now, let's just read this right here. Okay, so I have no clue why it's like. Okay, saying the country was nearing the end of our historic battle with the invisible enemy, President Trump on Tuesday emphasized his desire for the U.S. to reopen for business by Easter. Okay. You know who doesn't want to do that? The governors of New York and California, who, by the way, in January and February, if you look at their State of the State addresses, if you look at their budgets, just look at their budgets for this year. How much money was set aside for ventilators? How about no money? Go look at the budgets. Go look at the State of the State addresses. And now they're saying, look at Michigan, Wisconsin, Washington, New York, California, all Democratic governors completely failed completely were blindsided and failed to look at just a month ahead. Speaking at Tuesday's White House, Director of National Economic Council Larry Kudlow specifically said the bill was working its way through. With total $6 trillion, $4 trillion in liquidity from the Federal Reserve, and $2 trillion in new money. So the liquidity is in the form of attractive loans where businesses can will hopefully be able to rebound and utilize the money. You need to give people a way to get loans. Jimmy from Philly! Tripping balls, but I'm here. Jimmy from Philly, thank you. Thank you, Jimmy from Philly. This package will be the single largest mainstream assistance program in the history of the United States. So the Democrats, interestingly enough, a lot of people are happy. He's actually gained 6% approval among Democrats. Can you believe this? He's at 13% approval. Biden is nowhere to be found, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now, people now, smell on your brother. Come on now. Ah, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Do you think they're going with Biden? They're not going with him. I will have made the biggest political prediction of all time. I know there's more important things to worry about and concern yourselves with, and I know that there's just more important things out there. Toilet paper being one of them. But I will have made the biggest... And Bannon had nothing on what I said. Bannon wasn't saying that Clinton will be nominated. She said, she'll run. No, of course she will. Once she becomes nominee, she's running for 4 months. Because July, August, September, October. We're going to have so much fun. Can you imagine how much fun we'll have? It's going to be Rocky 2. Ali Frazier, Celtics, Lakers, Red Sox, Yankees, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Hagler, Leonard, Pete Sampras versus what's his name? Wait, what? Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Sampras versus Andre Agassi. Okay, it's gonna be every single rivalry you could think of. Multiply it times 1,000. Come on, man. Smell on your brother. Come on, man. Come on. You know the deal. But you know the deal. No, we don't. Every time he messes up, he just gets into like too cool for school mode. You know the deal. Really? What is the deal? We don't even know what you're even saying. What are you saying? Oh, come on, man. You know the deal. The cure. Come on, man. You know the deal. Come on. The cure. It will help. It will only make the problem worse. Oh, that's so deep. Thank you, Vice President. The cure. Time won't give me time. Time makes lovers feel like they've got something real. Come on, you know the deal. You know the deal. Valerie Rogers! APB put out Uncle Joe from Valerie Rogers. All points, Uncle Joe. Valerie Rogers, hello. Time won't give me time. Time makes lovers feel like they've got something real. But you must overcome if time won't give me time. Come on now, people now. Come on. Don't make me feel any colder. Time is like a clock in my heart. Come on now, people now, The Cure. Oh, thank you, Biden. This is so amazing. You're giving us so much wisdom. Nobody believes this. Nobody even believes it. You know the deal. No, we don't know the deal. What's the deal? The best is like he's talking to himself, kind of, but he's talking to us also. What deal? What are you even saying? And then he's like, when he's not saying you know the deal, he's like, I'm going to go on to the other thing. Here's, well, we talked about that thing. Hey, fat. Come on now, fat push-ups. Come on, push-ups. You know what? No, man. Come on now. He turns into a very bizarre Clint Eastwood. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Wayland. Thank you, Wayland Anderson. Thank you. Come on. You know what? I'm going to go through the other thing. This is what he said. He's talking. He didn't finish. The teleprompter broke, so Biden said he was going to go talk about the other thing. It was like, I'm going to talk about the other thing. Honestly, time won't give me time. You know what? If I have to deal with this, to tell you people, do I have to slow it down? Yeah, slow it down, buddy. We have no clue what you're talking about. We don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. All 320 million people, we're not on your wavelength yet. Please, oh wise one, educate us, oh wise one. He always talks as if like he's so been there and done that. Like you can't even understand. You can't understand just how amazing everything is. And that's the best thing. Then now it's, you know what? Completely deny. Oh my God. And now you have like complete damage control. And ABC poll shows Trump and Biden in competitive race. They're being competitive. It's fine. No, it's not. Nobody believes this. And the New York Post, like Democrats need to recruit President Obama to bench Biden. Why would you need to recruit anyone? Nobody wants Biden. The only reason people vote for Biden is they have utter contempt for Bernie. Democrats like President Trump more than Bernie. This is the truth. There are Democrats who like Bernie, but when push comes to shove, the most loyal Democrats will never touch Bernie Sanders with a 10-foot pole. And the funny thing is, President Trump's $6 trillion stimulus package is exactly the government intervention that Bernie and others have been talking about, stimulus checks. So it's like, when he needs to, he rises to the occasion, President Trump, and utilizes the power of the federal government. So what's the problem? Now we're removing Americans from never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts. What's the problem, American left? Notice how they don't talk about, Trump speaks subliminally anymore. That's played out. They can't do that anymore. Everyone knows what's going on. Tucker Carlson was talking about Andrew Cuomo. America was never great. Go to Andrew Cuomo's State of the State speech in January. In January, there was no mention of any of this. In February, Gavin Newsom, made zero mention. 4 weeks later, the entire state, done. Closed for business. Completely closed for business. And sometimes I get messages like, you think you know more than President Trump? I'm like, what? Why were you, how do you get this? Who cares about your gym? And the fact you want pizza, you can go get pizza takeout. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the governors. What are you even talking about? I get these messages sometimes. You think you know better? So it's like, they're like, someone needs to tell Biden to get out. Nobody really needs to, like, Malu Slater! Malu Slater, thank you! Thank you, Malu Slater. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Malu Slater, thank you. Malu Slater, everyone, I think this is a Democratic thing. Malu Slater and everyone here. Do you know Gavin Newsom? He speaks like this. He kind of speaks. Have you ever heard Gavin Newsom speak? Has that raspy kind of low Clint Eastwood voice. And then when Biden, you know the deal, man. It's just this. They have the different versions of Clint Eastwood. The different versions of Clint. If you ever talk to them, it's just, you know what they're like. You know what Democratic politicians are like Gavin Newsom and Biden. They're like a low-level cult leader who goes to the beach and collects 11 people to be part of his cult. You don't even know, man. You don't know. You just don't know. You have to listen to me. Everything's going to be just fine. Okay? I know. Other people don't know, but I know. Okay. A month before this all happened, you didn't mention anything. Now you're suddenly the expert. Yeah, it's all Trump's fault. That's why, the average American's like, whatever. I'm tired of this. They know what's going on. Malu Slater, thank you. Thank you very much, Malu Slater. Thank you. They were trying to impeach Trump in the Senate when they should have been focused on this. And then the media was like, everything's going to be horrible. The worst thing you could ever imagine. We'll never get through this. And President Trump's like, yeah, you know what? Keep hope alive. We're gonna rebound as a country. And then the media is like, okay, well, it's just a bump. It's just a bump. People rally around the flag, okay? Yeah, well, you know what? People understand that the president had nothing to do with this crisis. And whether or not he could have handled things better, you can always go in hindsight and say, yeah, you know what? This person could have handled things better. That person, you could have said something different. But at the end of the day, President Trump handled things quite well. Handled things very well. Americans approve. 60% approval rating, 55% approval rating of how he's handling everything. Americans approve. You have an economic stimulus package. You need 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. And even if that happened, it wouldn't be Trump's fault. People understand context. He never said the horrible people were fine people. Who believes this still? Democrats. They have to spin. They have to spin their own reality. And it's kind of hilarious because their reality or their world is spinning out of control. So they don't know they don't know what to do anymore, because the left is kind of interesting. If you go on Twitter, sometimes I go on Twitter and just, to see what's going on. I type my name in, and people are still talking about me, which is hilarious. Right? Pretty awesome, actually. Even if some people are saying negative things, it's still hilarious. They're like, the left is like, oh, the H.A. Goodman crowd. And like, no, that's good. There should be more people. This person is turning into H.A. Goodman. This person is turning into H.A. Goodman. It's like, yeah, more people should turn into me. And leave the Democratic Party, become Trump supporters. Oh, wow, that's really great. Oh, my God. I'm looking at this right now. I do not have Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Tell everyone I do not have Twitter. So they don't want. So okay, wait. There's one. Democrats pushing candidates at clear path for Joe. To me, it's beyond bizarre that they plan to give the Dem nomination to a man who's shown. So they're not going to give. Just look, everything's choreographed. They're not going to give the nomination to Biden because they don't even like Biden. Biden had a lot of people voting for him because he's not Trump or not Bernie Sanders. That's it. That's it. So that's the situation, ladies and gentlemen. That's the deal. So if you look, though, the left is like they don't even know what to make of this. Bimodic is BXN. My low life gunner Lizzie cried Trump wasn't doing enough. Dem exit, bro. Hashtag HA Orange Man. Exactly. Bimbo Dixon's BXN. Thank you. Exactly. The issue here is if you govern a state, govern that state. Make sure that you have what you need because you are the governor of that state. You don't have to worry about foreign policy like a president does. If they say, well, Trump should have known, he's not the governor of New York. Every state has different issues and dilemmas and obstacles and needs and requirements and a different budget and a different economy. President Trump is not the governor of New York. So it's interesting that like the people on the left, they view me as like this, you're going to become H.A. Goodman. You're going to become H.A. Goodman. It's like, yeah, actually more people on the left are going to become me. A lot more people. That's the best thing that could ever happen to the Democratic Party because then Democrats will realize, oh my God, we cheat. The left never understood that they're viewed as an adversary by Democrats. The left in the United States of America is viewed as an adversary by Democrats. They don't realize this. They think they're all on the same team. So there's, you're going to become H.A. Goodman. It's like, no, if I was advocating when I was on the left, do not vote for a political party that cheats. If you do, they will cheat again. If you do, they will cheat again. Which is what they did, but this time around, they didn't just cheat. Bernie's campaign was horrendous. And they don't have anything tangible to say about President Trump. They can't say, well, this policy led to this horrible situation. You look at the things that took place under President Obama. Flint took place under President Obama. Standing Rock took place under President Obama. You look at the foreign policy, the countries that were devastated by President Obama's foreign policy, an extension of Bush's foreign policy. You look at the number of journalists that went to jail under President Obama's administration. You look at all the controversy that took place that were just swept under the rug. You can just... The Secret Service had a controversy I can't even talk about on YouTube. So... And then you have every single... I mean, the media just lost all credibility. Chad Davis! And the Forever Wars Iraq Vets love HA. I love Iraq Vets. Chad, thank you so very much. Chad Davis, God bless you, and thank you for watching. As always, we're going to get through this. And Chad, we're all going to be here in November. We're going to have the best celebration. That's if everyone votes. Otherwise, we'll have President Hillary Clinton. So you have to vote. You must vote. You cannot be complacent. When Clinton runs and she becomes nominee, you can't say, oh my God, look, we're going to win, You can't say that. You can't say that because the second you're complacent, is, that's exactly what Clinton's campaign is relying on, complacency. Like I said, I always go through this. We can go through this again. But if you look at 270 to win, we can look at this again, ladies and gentlemen. Here, 270. President Trump, he was outspent 2-1, and what he did was phenomenal. But you look at 270 to win. Go to 2016 actual. Okay. Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin haven't voted for a Republican since the 80s. Okay. Let's say Clinton wins Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. She'll get 278. She'll become president. It's not going to be Biden. Biden is there as a person, as a placeholder until Clinton becomes nominee, because they just wanted to, change the script, the preordained, designed, choreographed routine. So they had Bill de Blasio running with 30 other people and Biden. Which is more realistic? Which is more feasible? Bill de Blasio really thinking he could become president? Does that even make sense to anyone, even if you're in New York City? Do you think Bill de Blasio would ever be president? Ever? Who knows even how he became mayor? The guy's going to the gym and he's like shutting down the city. Lucky him, he gets to go to the gym. But if let's just say let's just say something bizarre happens and Clinton wins Wisconsin, Michigan, and Arizona, which it would be 269 to 269. That would be interesting. That should be fun. That would be fun. But you have 2016 actual. Look at the states. Not only will Hillary Clinton run, she has a chance to win. I'm telling you, she has a chance to win. And they know this. They know this. You think Democrats are going to roll with Biden? Bill de Blasio has a better chance of being emperor of the universe. Odish, yes. No, I think that Biden they'll find some way to get Biden out of the picture. Oh, my ACL. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Aria Lee. I can't wait for President Trump once again. Exactly. Could you imagine, Arya, the speech, the victory speech after he wins? Valerie is the Shiksa goddess. Valerie Rogers. Hello. Arya Lee. Exactly. Could you imagine, Arya, the speech? Thank you. CG3SSF. Thank you. Look, she wins Florida and Wisconsin. It's President Hillary Clinton. 271 to 267. All she needs to do is win Florida and Wisconsin. She campaigns more in Florida. What? Why? Why is that beyond belief? Now, I don't think that's going to happen. But you have the same electoral college map. And you campaign in Wisconsin. She wins Wisconsin. So let's just start there. She'll win Wisconsin, okay? It's 242 to 296. Okay? Because if you reset the map, I'm telling you right now, tell everyone you know not only that Clinton will be nominee, that the only H.A. Goodman, and I'm the only person on the whole planet who is telling you Clinton is going to be nominee. But I'm also going to tell you that Clinton could win. My prediction is that Trump's going to defeat Clinton again. But she could win here. She'll win Wisconsin. Okay, it's 232-306 if you look at the map, the 2016 map. I think that Democrats will win Wisconsin. So you look at 242-296. Now, if she wins Florida, she's won the presidency. She only needs to win 2 states or 3 states more. Now, let's say she wins Michigan, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And they have a Democratic governor. Let's say she wins Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. She doesn't even have to. Now it's 262 to 276. Okay? Basically, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Florida are the 4 states that will decide everything. But then something weird could happen. I mean, what if Trump wins Virginia, and then she wins Wisconsin and Florida? Trump still wins. But if she wins Wisconsin, Florida, and it's the same map, Hillary Clinton will become president. So you got to understand, I mean, it's not... If I'm telling you this, don't you think they have obsessed over this electoral college map for 4 years? They have obsessed. Clinton, both Clintons, oh, let's do this again. They probably look at the electoral college map 10 times a day. They've probably looked at the map 10 times a day, ladies and gentlemen. 10 times a day. Look, let's say they win Iowa for some reason. If she wins Iowa, let's go back to she could win Iowa. Okay, when's the last time Iowa won? Iowa went to a Republican. Okay, so Iowa. Or a Democrat, sorry. So Iowa went to Democrats in 2012, 2008, 2096. So Iowa's a swing state. You know, she could win Iowa again. Why not? I mean, Democrats could win Iowa. So let's look at this. I mean, I never even looked at it this way. This is scary. That's why I'm telling you, you have to take it seriously. That's why I'm like, people are like, oh, again, it's going to be Biden. I'm going to have an issue, bad man. Like, no, don't sleep at the wheel. Let's say she wins Iowa. Okay. She wins Wisconsin. She wins Michigan. Let's see. Hold on one second. 232 to 306. Add Iowa. And you had Michigan and Pennsylvania. She's won. So she doesn't even need... Hold on one second. Oh, it's 268. Wow, okay, so Iowa will help her, but not that much. Wow. She really needs Florida and another state. So Florida and Michigan, she's won. Florida and Pennsylvania, she's won the presidency. That's it. That's it. If she just gets Florida and Wisconsin, check it out. Check it out. Let's say President Trump wins Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, but somehow, and Wisconsin she'll win because they haven't voted for a Republican since 1984. Somehow she wins Florida. Let's just say Iowa and Wisconsin vote Democrat. She doesn't even have to win Michigan or Pennsylvania or Ohio. Check it out. If she just wins Florida, and there were votes with Rick Scott and DeSantis that were last-second votes, and Broward County, is always an issue. So I do believe, I agree with you, Luke St. Martin. I agree that Trump is going to win these states, but this is a possibility. You can't. I don't think people realize how close Clinton could get again. It could be very close. And I am the only person talking about this. If Joe Biden is not going to be the nominee because they don't really have a political primary. They don't have a primary. This is a complete theatrical performance. So, just like people dropped out right before the primary, right after the primary, so anyway, enough of the positive news. But Harris Ann, thank you for watching from Tokyo. Thank you for watching, Harris Ann. Thank you for watching from Tokyo. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. So, it's going to be really interesting. Look, it doesn't matter that they found nothing with Trump-Russia. It doesn't matter that they fabricated everything with the Steele dossier and intelligence chiefs. That doesn't matter to Democrats. You have corrupt intelligence. That doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter that they tried with every Avenatti 2020. They tried every single underhanded thing. It doesn't matter. Julie Blake! It's going to be close, HA. We need to come out in numbers we never have before. They will cheat on a massive scale, but if we come out, we will win. Exactly. Better. You've stated this in a brilliant manner. Julie, you stated that in a more eloquent manner than I could ever have. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's exactly what I'm saying. Julie, thank you. Eric H! Eric H! Thank you! Julie, you stated that in the most eloquent manner. Thank you. Eric H! Hello, hope all is well. You heard that it took a Russia hoax impeachment worldwide to get back to where President Obama left us economy. Exactly. Also, did you hear Trump put his trustees exactly at the Kennedy Center? John Voight. Also, worst hospital management ever. Seriously. Eric. It's true. You know what's it's interesting too because you have not only Eric H. You have not only President Trump replacing the top intelligence chiefs, but you also have President Trump signing the largest economic stimulus package of all time. So the government is rallying around the current president. Now, did you see Eric H. and Julie and everybody? Did you see what Madam Secretary stated? Well, you said it was America first. That was very Clintonian. That was okay. I'm gonna go at you with every possible arrow and every possible political negative tactic that I can. That's a new level that we hadn't seen from Madam Secretary in a while. Ladies and gentlemen, Clinton is going to be the nominee, and her campaign is going to be it's going to be different from last time. She's not going to expect anyone to simply vote. She's going to, in a very bizarre way, try to earn the votes of voters. And that was Madam Secretary's attempt. When she wrote, "Oh yeah, you said America first," that was very malicious, but it resonates with all the malicious voters who basically, you're talking about people like, "Oh, I have a headache. Not tonight. I have a headache. I'm thinking of Trump. Oh, not again. The orange monster's ruining my life." You're talking about people who that's all they think about is Trump's personality. Eric H., thank you. Julie, thank you. Eric H., greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching for so long. And thank you for your support. Thank you. Deputy Dog, hello. Eric H. 526. Hello. Luke St. Martin. But there's honesty in the treachery, and I just want honesty. That's the way I roll. That's how I roll. Be honest. Be honest. I don't have a Twitter account, but be honest. If you don't like me, just say you don't like me. That's it. If you like me, that's great. I want to know who the adversaries are. I want to know who the friends are. Don't be like Bernie Sanders. I want to fight the 1%. Why don't you bring up any one of Biden's missteps? Anyone! There's about 1,000. Pick one. Just pick one. Oh, no. He's my friend. I mean, come on. I'm fighting the 1%. I'm fighting for you. Pick anyone, Bernie. Anyone. I got enough of your emails. I mean, it's just emails. No, Bernie. It's more than emails. Why don't you bring it up? If you had a server, they'd bring up yours. Rick, thank you. Lisa, thank you. Rick, thank you so much. Bernie Sanders like, I'll fight for you. Believe in me. Believe in me. I'll fight for you. I'll fight for you. Believe in me. Believe in me. I'll fight for you. Ah, he's my friend, Biden. I love the guy. So good. He's my... Tell me what you do to do. My best friend, Biden. He's my best friend. My best friend, Biden. You don't want to bring up anything that he's done? Anything? From even the past? Why don't you bring up anything? Anything? Anything about... Pick a controversy. There's about 30 of them. Pick anything bizarre he said. Hey, come on, man. Anything. Just recently, anything. Nah. Why would I do that? I don't want to do that. Why? Maybe you could possibly win. Which we know you can't, but because Democrats would never allow you anywhere near the nomination. But, oh, that's right, you're acting. That's right. You're acting. I didn't realize that in 2016 when I wrote 100 articles in the Hill, the Huffington Post, and the Salon saying you were infinitely better than Clinton, which you were. But basically, so is anybody. But no, Bernie had a great campaign in 2016, much different from Mitch McConnell. Oh, Nasher.
do me a favor. Rand Paul keeps texting me. He doesn't stop. I told him, I said, I don't want you anywhere near the Republican Party. It's like a sign from you-know-who. If there's a lightning strike, do not stand next to Rand Paul. You're talking about bad luck, Nancy. I don't care what he says. Don't invite him. If you invite him to the after Congress meeting at the local saloon, I will not be there. You can rest assured of that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
people, let me tell you about my best friend.
What do you think of Clinton's email servers with top secret intel, Bernie? You want to talk about that? Because guess what? If you had servers, my God, they would never stop.
Servers?
Nah. Why would I talk about that? That would mean I would actually be fighting for the 1%. Nah, no problem. Why would I do that? Ladies and gentlemen, Eric H., thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. To my super chat, my goodness, thank you so much. Greatly, 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 greatly appreciated, everybody. And have a great evening, everyone. I'll be back, of course, tomorrow. And by the way, check out H.A. Goodman's other channel. Subscribe to it. The link is below in the pinned comment and description of all my segments. We will survive, like Gloria Gaynor. We will survive. We will have a rebound like you've never seen. God bless America. God bless you. See you tomorrow, everyone. Thank you so very, very much. Sleep well. Thank you.